I know an announcement's been made about phones, but I just want to remind, please silence your phones for the ceremony. During the ceremony, please feel welcome to come forward, take pictures of the students during their presentation and certificates and awards. Please rise for the entrance of the graduating class and posting of colors.
Permission to post the colors.
Granted.
Uniform personnel. Attend. Who? Honor guard. Post. Colors. Forward. March. Mark time. March. Ready. Halt. Right. Face. Ready. Set. Dress. Cut. Uniform personnel. Present arms.
Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Class Vice President Haley Vestman. Please be seated.
Take seats.
Excuse me. Policing is one of the most noble professions. The actions of any police officer in an incident can impact the individual for life and even a community for generations. Given this realization, every police officer must be centered on what is important. Service, justice, fundamental fairness are the foundational principles in which every police action must be grounded. The nobility of policing demands the noblest of character. Dr. Stephen Covey. Good afternoon. I'm Fred Swanson, coordinator for the North Idaho College Basic Patrol Academy. It has been my privilege and honor to work with this class, Class N0819, as each embarks into his or her career in law enforcement. Welcome, friends, family, and distinguished guests of the graduates of this class. Please join me in welcoming the special guests at the head table to my right. From your right to left are Dr. Rick McLennan, President, North Idaho College; Dr. Lita Burns, Vice President of Instruction, North Idaho College; Christy Doyle, Dean of Nursing; Sue Shibley, Division Chair, Business and Professional Programs Division, North Idaho College. Sorry, I'm looking around the flag. The Honorable Judge Lansing Haynes, Kootenai County District Court, and Chaplain John DeKellis, Post Falls Police Department. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your steadfast support of the Basic Patrol Academy program and the proud graduates. Also, thank you to the Law Enforcement Advisory Committee, Sheriff Dave Kramer, Boundary County Sheriff, Chair; Sheriff Wolfinger, Kootenai County Sheriff's Office, Vice Chair; Chief White, Coeur d'Alene Police Department; Chief McLean, don't see her; Chief Knight, Chief Sanchez, Chief Kuhn, Sandpoint Police Department, Chief Woolley, Kellogg Police Department. We really need a big, thank you guys for showing up and supporting the program. Got ahead of myself. We really need to give a huge thank to all of the dedicated and professional instructors who have enthusiastically shared their expertise, knowledge, and experience with this class. Without the dedicated cadre of instructors who constantly juggle their busy schedules to accommodate the academy schedule, this program would not be successful. The instructors are the backbone of the program. In addition to that, thank you to the various agencies that allow and provide time for the instructors and various role players so that they may share their knowledge and experience with the students. The agencies provide a phenomenal amount of time and resources to the program, and without them, the academy would not be successful. So thank you very much. Additionally, the Coeur d'Alene Police Department and the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office assigned to recruit training officers to assist with the academy. Please welcome Detective Taylor Beach, Coeur d'Alene Police Department, and Sergeant Ryan Miller, Kootenai County Sheriff's Office, who have done an outstanding job in mentoring and guiding the recruits to this day. Thank you. The academy schedule was more than a full-time job. Working approximately 10 hours a day, and in some instances into the night, whether at the academy on breaks, at home, or at the respective departments, the students had to study, practice skills, write reports, prepare their uniform, shine their boots, just to do it all over again the next day, for 16 weeks. This dedication and perseverance took valuable time from their families and loved ones. This includes many of you in this audience. We would like to recognize spouses, significant others, parents, grandparents, children, and friends, those important to the graduating class, who have provided outstanding support, guidance, and inspiration to their respective students. Thank you. As a 22nd class of the North Idaho College Basic Patrol Academy, Class N819 is graduating 14 students. 5 from the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office, 5 from the Coeur d'Alene Police Department, and 4 self-sponsored student recruits. 3 of those have been hired by agencies, 2 with Sandpoint Police Department and 1 with the Kellogg Police Department. The class elected a class president and vice president who represented the class through the end. The class elected self-sponsored recruit Matthew Nelson as president, and Coeur d'Alene Police Department recruit Haley Vestman as class vice president. They did an admirable job, performed professionally in those leadership roles, and presented their class well. Thank you. Very good job. Academically, the class average was a solid A-. This is very impressive considering the amount of information they received each week and the fast-paced manner in which they had to retain it. Some have summarized the academy as drinking from a fire hose. To the class of N0819, we've experienced some firsts. In addition to the new equipment issues, we dealt with a new post-curriculum. The instructors and I had to learn the new curriculum ourselves and adjust accordingly. Updating handouts required hours and test material. We successfully worked through the glitches together. Thank you. Another first for the academy was the implementation of the recruit training officers assigned to the academy. Thank you for your patience and understanding as we learned our respective roles and responsibilities while incorporating discipline principles, guidance, and mentorship. We greatly appreciated your understanding and support when we had to change the schedule at the last minute or overall plans. You always embrace those changes with a can-do attitude and mostly smiles. Through the over 630 hours of online training, in-class lecture, and practical instruction, you have absorbed a huge amount of information. The scenario-based training and field skill days allowed you to put that knowledge to work, and you performed very well. You have sprayed each other with OC, been shocked with a taser. They will debate which is their favorite. Shot with Sims rounds, endured rain, sleet, hail, and snow in the same hour, and swam in 40-degree water. Suffered scrapes, bruises, and sore muscles in physical fitness and defensive tactics. You endured seemingly endless PowerPoint lecture, took 12 written tests, and did uncountable amounts of burpees, wall sits. I have to tell the story on the wall sit. Sorry, break out of my. They broke my wall at the academy doing wall sits. Wall balls, box jumps, and push-ups. This took serious commitment on your part, and it is a significant accomplishment you should be proud of. I encourage you to maintain the teamwork and friendships you have formed as you move into your new careers, a career you chose. Keep learning every day, and remember Benjamin Franklin's words, without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. As you encounter and navigate through difficulties, and when you celebrate your many accomplishments, always remember why you chose this honorable, noble, and proud profession. As President Calvin Coolidge said, no one is compelled to choose the profession of police officer, but having chosen it, everyone is obliged to perform its duties and live up to the high standards of its requirements. Excuse me. As we stressed in the academy, the core values of the law enforcement culture and profession include, but are not limited to, professionalism, chain of command, integrity, respect, honesty, self-control, leadership, courage, and strength. These are values to carry you through life and your new career. But let us not forget compassion, empathy, and humility as you perform your duties to the fullest extent of your abilities. I admire your commitment and professionalism, and I appreciate your dedication to yourself, your classmates, your respective agency or future agency, and the community you serve. It's been an honor working with you. Congratulations. This time I'd like to invite President Rick McLennan up to address the class.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's good to see you all here. Graduates, congratulations on achieving this important milestone. I know you've all worked very, very hard to be here. I also know that after today, you're going to continue developing in your careers, and you've got a lot of hard work ahead of you. When I talk to my father about the work that I do, well, what I should tell you is he's a retired LA police officer, retired as a detective. And although North Idaho College is a comprehensive community college, and we do a lot of really important things, the one thing that he always wants to hear about is this program. And is really proud of his son for having a college that has post-academy. So I'm really honored to be here and proud to be a part of this. To the law enforcement community, we genuinely appreciate the partnership that we have with you, the collaboration and the relationships. I'm in my 4th year at North Idaho College, and what many of you in the audience may not know is this is truly one of those programs that has the hands of many in putting it together and improving it, designing the outcomes, the training. Everything that happens is done in collaboration with our local law enforcement community, and we couldn't do it without them, and we're proud to have that relationship, and we look forward to many more years of the same. Graduates, I again congratulate you. I wish you all the best as you embark on your careers. Be safe, and know that you are thanked always for your service. Thank you.
All right, we'll have the class president's address. President Matthew Nelson will now give the class president's address. Please come forward.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming out to celebrate our graduation. My name is Matthew Nelson, the class president. I'd like to thank Director Swanson, Gabe, RTOs, and all of the NIC staff, all the instructors, as well as PT and DT instructors and scenario actors. A special shout out to my wife, classmates, family, and church family for believing in me praying for me, and encouraging me along these past 4 months. Most of all, may all the glory and praise be to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. For without him and his grace, I would not be standing here before you today. Here I am, send me, is our class motto and is found in Isaiah 6:8 in the Bible. The reason why we chose this is because we live in a broken world full of evil and injustice. Our communities and God himself are looking for brave and strong individuals to rise to the noble task of police officer, to protect and serve the innocent, to stand in the way of crime. Where do I begin on describing this group? Strong, confident, resilient, and everything else you'd ever want in a police officer. Our class is full of diversity, ranging from young to Zamora. A few are from New York, one from Miami, a bunch from south of Boise, and some local. We had fun each day. We laughed and joked quite a bit. We had a healthy comedian to boringly serious ratio. Sometimes we went a little too far with the practical jokes, but it was worth it. Thank you, Gertler and Perry, for supplying the humor each day, as well as Kind with the never-ending supply of awkwardness, and Tobias with the nuclear comebacks, Finnegan with the awesome hiccups. Our class was full of leaders. When it came to PT and DT, it was Fowler, McDonough, and Joling. Vestman was the master note-taker and the iron fist of our administration, as well as everybody else in the class that I didn't mention. Sure, we butted heads every once in a while, got on each other's nerves, but we came together as a team and overcame adversity. The relationships and bonds we built together will continue through our careers. It has been a privilege to work and endure with this group. Thank you for the memories. The physical challenges were great. Water safety, OC, taser, fight for life, and of course PT and DT. Each challenge was a great experience, even though they were rough. The academic challenges were great as well, the biweekly exams and the intimidating challenge exam. As a class, we did well. Each day we took time to remember and honor a fallen officer. By doing this, it helped us as a class to really put in perspective that this profession demands a lot out of an individual, sometimes everything. This has well helped us to understand that we are a brotherhood. No matter what patches or colors we may be wearing, we are family. When one member is affected, we all are. For me personally, this academy challenged me emotionally, physically, mentally, and even spiritually. Each challenge was hard in the moment, and even the anticipation of each challenge was sometimes harder than the task. My wife can testify to my personal stress. But looking back, I can see how valuable all of it truly is. I needed every bit of it. This academy has made me a stronger individual and has given me a great foundation for this career. And I know it has done the same for my classmates. Moving forward into our careers, I hope and pray that we take what we learned from this academy and build upon it. That we remember that we are servants first, as well as guardians and warriors. Keeping our relationships with God, family, and friends first in our hearts and minds. Finding that balance between work and home life. Having the courage and humility to ask for help when times get tough and when you don't see a way out. I'm excited for this new beginning. Let's go make a difference. Here we are, send us. Thank you. And now, can we have Vice President Vestman? Will you please join me on the stage to present the class flag?
thank you very much. At this time, I would like to invite NIC Division Chair Sue Shibley to join me in presenting the class awards. All right, first we'll do the top physical fitness. The students are required to complete the post-physical readiness test upon entry into the academy and upon completion of the academy. This award is presented to the student with the highest score in the Idaho Post-Physical Readiness Test. The test consists of 5 events: the vertical jump, the most sit-ups that can be accomplished in 1 minute, the most push-ups that can be completed, a 300-meter run, and a 1.5-mile run. For his perfect score of 100, we present this award to Robert McDonough. Thanks, good job. The Most Improved Physical Fitness Award. During the course of the academy, the students are required to participate in a structured and rigorous physical training program. This award is presented to the student who, in part because of the physical training program and his or her commitment to a healthy lifestyle, most improved his or her overall physical readiness test score. We present this award to Cody DeBias. Outstanding Academics. This award is presented to the student with the highest overall grade point average. The grade point average includes written tests on all topics. Sorry, I saw a typo. All right. Which includes firearms, emergency vehicle operations, computer-based training, law week, reports, which these people graded, and the final exam for the total of 1,800 points available. We present this award to Haley Vestman. The Top Gun Award is presented to the student with the highest combined score in Idaho Post, handgun, shotgun, and rifle courses. We present this award to Zachary Perry. I should have noted that his shooting scores were perfect scores. The Outstanding Professional Award is presented to the student selected by his or her peers as the individual they would most want to work with in law enforcement. The recipient exemplifies those characteristics that are in keeping with the finest traditions of the law enforcement profession, including knowledge, maturity, ability, leadership, integrity, judgment, and attitude. The students vote by secret ballot for the recipient. The class presents this award to David Fowler. The top overall student award is presented to the student whose combined scores in academics, physical fitness, firearms, report writing, and practical exercises placed him or her at the top of the class. We present this award to David Fowler. This next award is new for our academy with the implementation of the recruit training officers. We've called it the RTO Choice Award. Sergeant Miller and Detective Beach already joined us. The RTO Choice Award is presented to the students selected by the academy recruit training officers as the individual who displays knowledge, maturity, leadership, integrity, sound judgment, as well as a humble and professional attitude. This person also demonstrates inspiration to others, does not make excuses, is well organized, and has a strong sense of team while going above and beyond to accomplish tasks. The RTOs present this award to Officer Haley Vestman. All right, the Honorable District Judge Lansing Haynes accepted our invitation to administer the post-adopted Law Enforcement Code of Ethics to the class. The Honorable Lansing Haynes is the Administrative District Judge for the Idaho's First District. He was appointed in August 2006. Judge Haynes has previously served on the Administrative Conference, the Felony Sentencing Committee, and is currently a member of the Death Penalty Defense Review Committee. Judge Haynes was born in Montana, but spent most of his childhood in North Idaho. He is a graduate of the College of Idaho and the Willamette University College of Law. Prior to his appointment to the bench, Judge Haynes was the Chief Deputy Prosecuting Attorney for Kootenai County for approximately 18 years. Before that, he served in the Canyon County Prosecuting Attorney's Office and in the Ada County Public Defender's Office. Judge Haynes and his wife have 2 adult children and 3 grandchildren. Please welcome Judge Haynes to administer the oath.
Honored graduates, proud family and friends, distinguished guests, I appreciate Coordinator Swanson allowing me to make just a couple of remarks before the Code of Ethics and the Oath of Office. Judges like nothing more than to hear themselves talk, so I do appreciate that, but I promise brevity. Graduates of the Peace Officer Standards and Training course, I want to emphasize the word peace today. You are bringers of peace, and you are peacemakers. All of us have had the experience of some disturbance of the peace in our lives, in our communities, in our neighborhood, whether it be a domestic violence situation or some form of traffic issue, even a medical emergency. And the experience that all of us have had is that profound sense of, oh, it's okay, the police are here, everything will be all right. That sense of you bringing restoration of order and peace when it's broken is something that can never be overestimated, and it's a beautiful part of your job, and we appreciate that for all law enforcement. The other point I'd like to stress to you all is Coordinator Swanson had mentioned that quality of compassion. Please don't ever underestimate the power of that compassion. I know of a situation where a little girl about 10 or 11 years old was at her bus stop one wintry day, and her dog, a German Shepherd dog, ran out into the snowy street in front of her. Car couldn't help it, hit the dog, killed the dog in front of her. You can imagine the devastation of that. Law enforcement responded. The very next day, that law enforcement officer that was out at the scene showed up at that little girl's house with a stuffed animal resembling the dog that had been killed. You can imagine the impact on the family of that act of compassion. I can tell you the impact on that family. That was my little girl that was out there. That little girl is now a law enforcement officer in Spokane County. Never underestimate the power of compassion. With that, I'd like to read then the Code of Ethics. As a law enforcement officer, my fundamental duty is to serve the community, to safeguard lives and property, to protect the innocent against deception, the weak against oppression or intimidation, and the peaceful against violence or disorder, and to respect the constitutional rights to all of liberty, equality, and justice. I will keep my private life unsullied as an example to all and will behave in a manner that does not bring discredit to me or my agency. I will maintain courageous calm in the face of danger, scorn, or ridicule. I will develop self-restraint and be constantly mindful of the welfare of others. Honest in thought and deed in both my personal and official life, I will be exemplary in obeying the law and the regulations of my department. Whatever I see or hear of a confidential nature or that is confided to me in my official capacity will be kept ever secret unless revelation is necessary in the performance of my duty. I will never act officiously or permit personal feelings, prejudices, political beliefs, aspirations, animosities, or friendships to influence my decisions. With no compromise for crime and with relentless prosecution of criminals, I will enforce the law courteously and appropriately without fear or favor, malice or ill will, never employing unnecessary force or violence, and never accepting gratuities. I recognize the badge of my office as a symbol of public faith, and I accept it as a public trust to be held so long as I am true to the ethics of police service. I will never engage in acts of corruption or bribery, nor will I condone such acts by other police officers. I will cooperate with all legally authorized agencies and their representatives in the pursuit of justice. I know that I alone am responsible for my own standard of professional performance and will take every reasonable opportunity to enhance and improve my level of knowledge and competence. I will constantly strive to achieve these objectives and ideals, dedicating myself before God to my chosen profession, law enforcement. I'd now like the graduates to please stand and raise your right hands for the oath of office, if you would do so, please. Repeat after me, please. I do solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States. The Constitution and laws of the State of Idaho. And the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics. I will faithfully discharge my duties as a peace officer. Of the State of Idaho and political entity I represent. According to the best of my ability. So help me God. Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you, Coordinator Swanson, and thank you, proud family and friends.
This time we'll present the certificates. I will ask the agency dignitaries to come up as I call your name to the stage to present the certificates to your employees. Sheriff Wolfinger, Kootenai County Sheriff's Office. James Gertler. Gabriel Joling. Josiah Kind. Zachary Perry. Rafael Zamora. Nice job. Thanks, sir. Chief Lee White with Coeur d'Alene Police Department. Cody DeBias. Kristen Finnegan. David Fowler. Robert McDonough. Haley Vestman. Ask the Sandpoint Police Chief Corey Kuhn come up. David Hopman.
Wait. She's the boss, yeah. She is.
Nice job. Congratulations. Matthew Nelson. Have Kellogg Police Chief Dave Woolley come up. Jeremiah Rodriguez. And I get to present to Justin Paul. Class, move to the front of the stage.
Class, attention. Left, thanks. Word, hard. Left, thanks.
For the past few months, members of this class have learned the skills required to effectively do the job of a police officer. They master defensive and arrest tactics, investigation procedures, driving and firearms, criminal law and traffic code, and other objective-driven topics. Frankly, these are topics that can be learned by anyone. However, it takes a special type of person to be a police officer. To be a police officer requires resolute character, humble professionalism, unflinching integrity, unbroken courage, and steadfast compassion. The difference between the average person who has acquired the knowledge taught in the academy and an officer is in how and when we apply those skills, and our purpose in doing so. That is why this ceremony is so important. In a few minutes, I will ask friends and families to the stage to pin the badge on our graduates' chests. The significance of this act is to remind the officer every day when he or she dons a uniform that they stand for something important. They are charged with protecting the community, their new extended family in blue, and those they love most, with the expectation that with the special remembrance of getting the badge pinned upon their chest by someone dear to them, the badge is that much harder to tarnish, and they would protect the community just as they would their family. The badge itself stands for honor and pride, dedication and bravery, courage and compassion, service and integrity. The badge represents not just our calling, but it is a constant reminder of the people we protect and serve. It is recognition of the nobility of policing and reverence to our roles as guardians of our communities. Moreover, it is an acknowledgement of those who have come before us, who have shown compassion and bravery, been bloodied, cried, and sometimes died while upholding the honor behind that badge. It is more than a piece of metal on our chest. It represents our dedication to professional police service and that we stand for something greater than ourselves. Please come forward and present your officer with his or her badge at this time. Did you not get a badge? Pop it. I thought you had one, sorry. Matt, you got it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to present to you the North Idaho College Basic Patrol Academy Class N0819. Thank you. Class, return to your seats.
Left, face. Forward, halt. Take seat.
I'd like to invite Chaplain John DeKellis with the Post Falls Police Department for the closing benediction.
I'd like to thank the Academy for inviting me back. I remember the first time that I came up to do this, I got done, and I went back to my wife and I said, you know what? I got up there, they're smiling at me, they were so happy that I was up here, and then she told me, she said, yeah, that's because you're the last speaker. And don't be long. So basically, I'm the only thing standing between you and your career. So, but I've been invited 4 times. I'm invited for the spring, so I'll be short. I'm starting my 30th year with the Post Falls Police Department. I started originally as an IT person. 29 years ago, we actually had computers in the car. And I didn't know what I was getting into, but the first week I realized what I was getting into. And that's because back then, before Enhanced 911, we would get a phone number, and that's it. And we would field interview everybody so we could get you in the computer, so when that number came up, we knew where you were. And a mother kid had kind of drowned in the bathtub. She was panicked. She couldn't tell us where she was. The phone number came up. We put it in the computer. Officers came, kicked the door down, saved the child. And I was up in front working on stuff, watching with eyes this big. And I remember Barbara, one of the dispatchers, came up to me and poked me in the chest, and she said, if your computer had been down, that child would have been dead. And that was my introduction to law enforcement. It's a very, very serious type of thing. Chaplains go to a chaplain academy. Robert, we don't have burpees or wall sits or any of that kind of stuff, so I think, and the most push-ups, how many push-ups did you do? 107, sir. Okay, I haven't done 107 in my life. So I really appreciate, and I appreciate the practical jokes and stuff. I mean, I've worked at the department for a long time, and you know, practical jokes are one of those things. And sometimes things get serious. I had gone out on a call, and the person was telling me that they were very sad, and I said, "Oh well, why are you sad?" And he said, "Well, I get sad on Sundays." And I said, "You get sad on Sundays? That's kind of weird because the day before is a Saturday." So. Okay. All right. We'll go ahead and get started. Basically, what I want to do is I want to share something with you. I want to give something to you, and I want to do something for you. Below 100 talks about, you know, wearing your seatbelt. It talks about wearing your vest. I wear my vest for 2 reasons. One is because I promised my wife if I was ever in uniform, I would wear my vest. The second reason, because if I'm wearing this outfit, I kind of look like an old detective out on a donut run. So the little crosses don't mean anything when you're out in the field. But one of the most important things I think of that is what's important now. It's like, what's important now? Not being complacent. Where's the importancy? And, you know, some point in my Christian life, someone suggested I write down 3 things to describe what kind of Christian I'd want to be, and I should put that in my wallet. And for me, ever since I became a chaplain, I still have that piece of paper, but I have it behind my badge because my piece of paper says that I should honor my God, I should be a spiritual leader, and I should be a servant to others. And so by having this piece of paper in my wallet for years and years and years, it took on special meaning for me when I got a badge, and I put that behind my badge because it basically reminds me to do those things so that I can honor my God, I can honor my department, and I can honor the community that I live in. So this is your first day of being an officer. Do that. Write 3 things that you want to be. Put it behind your badge and keep it there to remind you. The other thing I want to do is I want to give you something. On the table there are some books that are wrapped up. It's a Bible promise book. There's over 1,000 promises in the Bible. You may not need this today or tomorrow, but I can guarantee you at some point in your career, this is something you're going to need. And so if you take it and put it in your go bag or throw it on a shelf, this would be a gift for you that I would like you to have. And the last thing that I want to do is do something for you, and that is I'm going to pray for you. And I started doing this at the beginning. These graduations are usually Friday at 1 o'clock. So, being a computer kind of nerdy guy and a chaplain at the same time, I have a layer on my Google Calendar that's just a prayer layer. And I put things in there. And Friday at 1 o'clock is the names of all of the last 4 graduating classes. And Friday at 1 o'clock, I pray for them, and I'll be praying for you. Some of these people, this was back, I guess, 2018, I don't even know if they're law enforcement anymore, but I continue to pray for them. And what I'd like to suggest that you do is you've got your list there of who these people are. Maybe you could put it in your calendar. Maybe you could take a picture of it, put it in your phone along with the other 10,000 pictures that are in your phone. Put it on the dashboard of your car. You know how much time you sit wasting in your car just driving around? But if we all could remember to pray for these individuals Friday at 1 o'clock, what power that could bring to them, and then you knowing that you've got these people praying for you in your position that you can have. And what I usually pray for, I pray for our chief, Pat Knight, every day at 2 o'clock, and I pray for his patience, for his grace, for wisdom and safety. And so if you could think about doing that, that would be a great benefit of something that you could do for them. So not too long, you're free to go be police officers. Let's just pray. Our gracious and Heavenly Father, Lord, I thank you for this day. I thank you for this class. Lord, I thank you for the message for the president, Lord, and their willingness and wanting to serve. I just ask you that you would continue to protect them, be with their families, to give them a sure heart, Lord, and not to worry, and know that you're involved in every situation. Be with us as we travel away from here, Lord, and keep us safe. In Jesus' name, amen.
Please stand for the retrieval of the colors.
Class, test,
Request permission to retrieve the colors.
Grant.
Honor guard, retrieve colors. Mark time. March. Ready. Halt. Right. Face. Honor guard. Present.